guys up past your bedtime.
I just napped during the first and second overtime.
There you go.
Camera's good. Go ahead, Coach, what's your opening statement?
All right, to God be the glory. You know, man, special night. Obviously with you know everything for Amir tonight. Man, really happy to come out of here with a hard-nosed double overtime win. Man, they kept fighting, but man, we kept fighting too. Really proud of these two. They both individuals did some special things, man. Brandon Stroud, guys, a week ago could barely walk, could barely sit down. For him to come out of this game with 15 and 10 in 27 minutes, where, you know, we weren't sure, you know, probably 2 or 3 days ago if he was going to be able to play or not. Man, really proud of him. Really showed his toughness on a different level tonight. And then Kobe, I thought, man, his 2 biggest plays of the game were the 2 dunks in that last overtime, which helped separate us and get the crowd back into the game. So, you know, proud of the fight from a whole team. I mean, there's a lot of positives that we talked about, and I thought, you know, holding them to 36.9% from the field was elite. We out-rebounded them. We shot 50% from the field, and right at 38% from 3, which were all good. But, man, I thought the stat of the night was, man, we had 26 assists. And we always talk about when that ball moves and we don't care who shoots it, and we just make sure we get the right shot for South Florida, man, we're pretty good. And so I thought we saw that tonight.
Question for players?
Yeah, Coach, talk about your method of attack starting at second overtime.
Mm-hmm.
You had the 2 moves on the baseline, and then Jaden had the 3.
Yeah. Yeah, you just, like, as the game was going on, I just started to see how the guys were guarding me. You know, they just kind of playing me close, just, you know, just shooting-wise. And as soon as I read the closeouts, and, you know, Coach Fletcher tells me all the time, just drive the closeout and get to the rim and finish it with explosiveness. And just, you know, we tell JR to stay ready all the time. You know, kind of start out slow throughout the game, but Brandon does a good job, and, you know, we all do a good job of telling him to keep his head up, and, you know, knock the shot down, because we know how electric JR can get when he gets hot, and just staying confident. And he was real confident when he stepped in and made that 3.
Brandon, as you went through the game, you know, playing so many minutes as a 50-minute game, and then you pull a double-double. Talk a little bit about your rebounding in that category, as it was a really physical game as it turned out.
Yeah, very physical game, man. Went to a hockey game the other day, and that was physical. So that just led on to the play today, man. So just being out there, getting those rebounds, man, and just coming up with a couple of loose balls. You know, we got to get those at the end of the game. They fail, you know, I got to get those. But, you know, tough game. You know, Millie in there getting rebounds. You know, we call it the trenches, man. We got to own the trenches.
Coach, can you speak to Jamil's monster night?
Wait, before I get to that, man, how does a hockey game prepare you for this game?
You got to go. You got to go. I'm telling you.
Here, right?
Yeah, you gotta go.
You got to go.
All right, y'all. Well, give me the invitation next time I go. Well, man, Jamil did what we know he could do. I thought he had a little rust in the Florida Atlantic game. You know, coming off basically a week off. You know, he still comes out with a double-double there, but man, he wasn't as efficient as he normally is. I thought tonight, man, he's got his rhythm back. But he did a really good job of you know, having an attack mentality. Man, he did a really good job of rebounding out of his area. He did a really good job in those overtimes of protecting the rim for us. So he did a heck of a job tonight, and we're proud of him.
Guys, for both of you, and Brandon first, every game's important, but with all the emotions surrounding this one, was this a must-win?
I wouldn't say a must-win. Every game is a must-win, you know. But I wouldn't say it was a must-win, but, you know, win the next game. So it was important for Coach Amir, but, like, you leave it out on the table, and then the outcome is what it is. But we got the win today, and that's all we need to worry about.
Yeah, just before the game, you know, Brandon always gives us our motivational speeches, but, like, today he said that no motivational speech needed. You know, we knew what we got to win, who we have to win this game for, and it was self-explanatory. Every guy was locked in before the game, and we did a good job of preparation throughout the week, so we knew we were ready coming into this game and what the game meant for everybody.
Coach, I promise I'll ask this correctly, okay? Temple is noted as being a physical team. you had to match that physicality, and you did. How important was that?
Very important, man. We try to be physical. I know it looks bad that we get our rebounding, but I think we're very physical as a team. You know, I set the tone, Millie set the tone, Kobe, Corey get in there, but very physical team. But I feel like we matched it in just a hard-nosed game. They came back, we came back, just a physical game out there.
You know, we work on, just being physical every day in practice, and we knew, like, obviously this was our first overtime game of the season, and we knew the physicality wasn't going to leave because it's physical every day in practice, and, when we compete in practice, it's always physical and very competitive, so we knew we weren't going to come in there and let us push us around.
Guys,
C.J.
they had
Brown
84 field goal
had 10.
attempts. They
Go
had
ahead.
84 field goal attempts. Temple did. Talk a little bit about Jamal Nashburn Jr. being out of there, but they still have people to go to. So how did that rotation maybe defensively change?
Personally, it didn't do nothing for us, man. We had some guys out last game. We had guys out before that, Sorry, but who cares, man? You got to defend your man, scout details, all that. If he's not playing, we got to worry about the next guy, you know what I'm saying? So even I know he's a big guy on the scout, but you got to play everybody like he a starter.
Yeah, we knew just based off the games last year, both games last year against them were very competitive, and we knew that they had good guys that returned this year. So we knew we weren't going to take them lightly, and obviously, like Coach Fletcher and the coaches told us before, it doesn't matter if he's playing or not, just playing hard and guard everybody how we guarded and prepared this week.
Could you speak to CJ? He had 10 assists, no turnovers in 33 minutes. That's virtually flawless.
Yeah, man. I feel like every time I come in here, I ask you questions about C.J. Brown. I try to tell you, man, he's just solid, man. Like, he is on par with these guys. And guys, he's 18, and he's on par with these guys from a preparation standpoint. Like, every single day, you very, very rarely have to call these guys' name, like, to do it over. C.J. Brown is in the group with these guys. Like, guys, I mean, I haven't seen anything like it. And sometimes I feel bad because some of the other freshmen I have to get on pretty hard, and it almost looked like it's favoritism, but the guy's just in the right place all the time. Like he has a professional mindset when it comes to preparation, and that's why I think you see him flourish now. Like, man, it's a big time player.
He's learning from champions.
Yes, he is. He's got great examples.
Anything else with players?
Well, I just want to ask while the players are here, if you don't mind. Coach, last Friday night, we were at the sneaker soiree, and you see these young men on the stage as they honor Amir Abdur-Rahim with the family up there, and then you see today. Can you put into words the way that these young men have been able to manage their emotions through just an unexplainable tragedy that happened so close to the start of the season?
I'll try. Guys, it's hard, right? Because a lot of these guys came here to play for Coach Amir, so that makes it difficult. And as much as a guy that loves to help people, like, I can't help them with that. I can't, and I know it. And man, there are days where guys are struggling. Excuse me. There are days where I struggle. But man, the one thing that we say is, man, there are gonna be days that I need y'all. And there are gonna be days where y'all need me. And that's the best thing about this team. We've been there for each other. And we always say it's all about us. So I'm not going to sit here and try to make you think that this thing has been all peaches and cream. No, it has not, right? Because you're talking about dealing with 18 to 23-year-old. How old are you?
22.
Good. Okay. 18 to 22-year-old guys, right? Grief is different for everybody. I watch a ton of film, probably too much. But I started watching practice films from last year, and I get thrown off. So, man, that's why I'm telling you, guys, we should be so proud of these dudes, man. So proud of these guys. Because, man, all they've done since the day that they started calling my phone saying that they wanted to practice, all they've done is work, 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 and work. And I don't think people understand what they've had to go through. I don't. But guys, just know, man, I love these dudes with all my heart because of who they are. And you don't get a chance to see that. You get a chance to see them score baskets and defend and rebound. But you don't see Brandon Stroud going over to Amir's house now to take his son Aiden to school. You don't see Kobe in here late night putting in that extra work. But we're so quick to criticize, when guys miss shots. Man, that's why I say I'm not worried about these dudes, man. These dudes gonna go on to be great men. And at the end of the day, that's my job, is to help them be better men. If I can help them be better men, like Amir would always say, the player's gonna get better. I can promise you that. But that's why I'm proud of these guys, because for as great of a ceremony that was the other night, I was choked up then. So like, I just want people to appreciate what's going on, because you're asking some guys to do some really hard things, and man, they hadn't blinked. Have they been perfect? No, but they haven't blinked from an effort and toughness standpoint.
Anything else for the players?
I have one question for you guys, and it's either one of you. I know we always say edge, we say to God be the glory, love wins, but tonight you looked up in the stands from the students, alumni, and it says love wins, looking around. Did that make you emotional, taking the court tonight? How did it feel? How did it affect you?
Yeah, it meant the world to us. Coach Amir always told us that, like, when we were struggling last year, he always told us just love each other, love wins. Like, he's kind of the first coach. Like, I came from Grand Canyon, but like he first coach in my life to really just emphasize on building great relationships with each other and spending like quality time with each other. And that's just love wins. When you spend quality time with each other, you build the great connection with your teammates, and it shows on the court. Like, just a little time just sitting in the living room playing the game, or watching TV and stuff. That's all that stuff correlates to on the court. And now I trust you, or bringing somebody to the gym with you to get shots up. Now I trust you in the game when I pass you that you're gonna knock it down. So just looking and seeing love wins, just it means a lot.
Yeah, like Kobe said, man, early today, I worked out, make sure I got a picture in the crowd, man. That was phenomenal, man. All the love wins shirts, just looking back at during the game, pumping the crowd up, seeing those shirts, just made me bring my brothers closer, man, because, this is my last year, man. I got to cherish it. I got 9 games left. So I'm going to take every opportunity like this is my last one.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Brandon, go to bed. Brandon, go to bed. Go to bed.
Go ahead and open it up for coaching.
Coach, I know I just asked the players the same question. For you, how did it feel, seeing love wins in the crowd tonight?
It meant a lot. I don't know if you guys saw the video when he actually said love wins. And I felt like that video described our relationship to a T, because even during all the ceremonies, and they would play a video, man, you would always see me in the background, right? And in that Love Wins video, I'm in the background, and man, he started crying, saying his speech, and thank goodness whoever had the camera, they moved it off me, because I'm over there crying too. But I thought that video just gave you a total picture of our relationship. I was always in the background. I always wanted to have his back. So to see that, even yesterday, I almost got choked up before practice. I was like, man, here we go, man. I walk in and I see all the shirts, and I'm like, man, this is special, because I'm just telling you, man, I've been doing this 20 years now, and I've been around a lot of different people, guys that I play, guys that coach me. My high school coach is here tonight. But, man, one of the things Amir was so good at, man, he was so good at tying things together. We talk about X's and O's all the time, and Amir would say, man, it don't matter. No, they got to be right with each other. If they're right with each other, it's going to take care of itself. Just trust me. And, man, first year, I don't know. I don't know now. This may be about X's and O's after that first year. But then, man, that second year rolls around and those guys start spending real time together. And, man, the rest is history. So, super special for me because, like I said, man, he and I, we didn't have I called him boss just to make him mad, but he was my brother.
And another question for you, Corey Walker came back tonight.
Mhm.
He was critical. Can you just talk about him a little bit and him coming back?
Man, proud of Corey Walker. We won't get into details, but man, he checked every box that I asked him to check, and man, he did it with flying colors. So I'm super proud of him. He was available for Florida Atlantic, but man, you know, he had 2 rough practices. Man, he was so sore. I didn't want to risk him getting hurt. So, you know, ever since he's been back, he's been great. He still got to work to get in a little shape. But man, proud of him tonight because he gave us valuable minutes. So now we don't have to have Quincy Adam McCoy in there fighting against those 5s.
Coach, Jamil had such a dominating game, and he was quick out of halftime. I think he scored 6 points like boom. How much of a motivation, I guess, at halftime was it to find him the basketball?
Yeah, so they started out in zone. They really hadn't done that. I don't know if they were doing that because they were lower on bodies, but I was shocked to see them come out in the second half in it. But we had said at halftime, if we see zone, we want to pound it inside, and that's what we did. So they started out in zone. First few plays, we went straight to him. He was quick. He was decisive, and, man, that gave us a chance to kind of get out in that lead. So I thought he did a really good job of being decisive.
Coach, you score 100,
Yes, sir.
51 from the bench. How huge is that?
Man, huge. I mean, y'all usually on point with this, but nobody said this guy's name all night. Jimmy Williams.
Yeah.
I mean-
7 points like in a row in a minute.
Right. And so, like, he helped change the game. He helped push that lead out to 9, and that got us going. It was because of his defense and then his offensive ability to move it around the floor and score in different areas. Thought he did a heck of a job.
Coach, it's only fitting that in a game honoring Coach Amir, we have to have bonus basketball. Do you think he's upstairs whispering to somebody, I made Ben coach a little bit?
Oh, yeah, he laughing at me right now. Yeah, gonna make you work for it. I can see that. I can see that. But no, man, just like I said, I normally, and I didn't do it tonight because I didn't want to put the pressure on them, because I normally tell them, don't play for me, play for each other, you know. And I almost did it. I was gonna say, hey, don't play for each other tonight, play for Amir, but I said, no, I don't do that. I'll just play the right way. And so, like, it was good to see it.
Coach, I'm gonna steal one more.
Okay.
How important is it to you to win this one tonight?
Oh, huge. Because, like I said, when you talk about honoring somebody on a day like this, come on, man, come on.
Coach, you cut it to 72, or they cut it to 72-71 before the end of regulation.
Yeah.
You called timeout there.
Yep.
You'd had 4 turnovers and like 5 possessions, but
Yep.
everybody kind of relaxed and meshed. What was your message at that point?
Let them know we're good.
Yeah.
Like right now, we're pressing.
Yeah.
We're pressing. We're up. Like we don't have to. Like and our deal was, look, when we get stops, let's test it. Like so, push it, and if we can get an easy one at the rim, we'll take it. Other than that, let's pull it out, run clock. We have the lead. Well, we got too deep on a few possessions. We got too deep, and then man, we ended up turning it over. And it's like, man, look, relax, man. We got the lead. We're playing with the lead. Like, don't get sped up. And so that's why I wanted to call the timeout, just to try to settle them down.
Steve Settle and in Stanford, they stepped up, I thought, in an amazing way.
Yeah.
How did you, as far as you knew, I guess Jamal was going to be out, or like how did you account for who might step up? I know they had 4 that averaged double figures.
Right.
You never know.
They're a good team.
Yeah.
They're a good team, and we knew that coming in. So my message was when they told me that Mashburn didn't warm up, I said, man, that doesn't matter. Like, they got a really good team. They got 4 guys scoring in double figures. So it's just going to be a next man up mentality. So we knew we did a really good job on prepping with our scouting report, and man, the guys knew tendencies of all of these guys, but I thought we made them do things that they normally don't do. So like Settle was big catch and shoot guy, and so like forced him to put it down. Now he had an answer for us. You know, he did a really good job of driving it, which he normally don't do. But I thought our guys did a really good job of trying to shrink the floor because they were really trying to get to the paint. Now we had some mistakes in there, but overall I thought they did a really good job of making them take tough twos all night.
With those 84 field goal attempts, you held them to like 37% from the floor. That's really a massive stat, being they had so many field goal attempts.
36.9.
36. I failed math in 3 different states, so.
No, it was huge, and like I thought one of the best stats. My GA told me after the game. He said, in both overtimes they got 16 possessions together. We got 11 stops in those 16 possessions, and I thought that's where the game was won. So we did a really good job on the defensive end tonight. Now we need to clean up some of those second chance. They had 21 offensive rebounds. That's too many, but it wasn't from a lack of effort.
You had so many people step up, like we talked about Jimmy, we talked about Kobe Knox. As you saw different people and that many different people stepping up, I mean, how do you, my coaching ability, how do you figure out who to go to, given that everybody's kind of, warm?
Right. Well, that's the beauty in this team. Like, you can't key in on one guy. So like, man, you're trying to keep it in a guy's hand that's got it going, that you trust, that'll get you the right shot. So that changes. We had Jimmy in there. Jimmy had it going, so we wanted to get him in some action, and so he did a really good job. All right, but then we bring Jaden back in right before the overtime, and then now he gets it going. So it's musical chairs, man. That's what they pay you for, right?
Coach, just to kind of finish off, do you think a game like tonight will help you as a coach when you have a game like tonight, first overtime game of the season for you guys, go to double overtime, where every single possession, I mean, it seemed like there were so many stoppages and
Right.
replays and things like that,
Right.
and you could tell yourself on the sideline, like, going through it, it seemed like you got comfortable as the overtimes went on. Do you think that is going to help you and the crew as you get closer to conference tournament play?
Absolutely. I mean, every game is an opportunity to learn for me. There are things that when I go back and watch it here, in a few minutes, I'm sure I'll be mad at myself. Probably should have called this at that point. I'll have some of that, but no, like, I don't look at the overtimes as any pressure, but it is a different experience, so we'll learn from it, move on, see if we can't apply it to the next one.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
We're all proud of all you guys. Appreciate it. We'll see.